So I'm going to segue into a proposal from the executive board. And that is that I said we were the fastest growing until LGBTQ just confirmed their bylaws last November. We were the baby caucus, the biggest baby caucus, which was pretty cool because we started off the first year with 300 plus members. And what we discovered as we were moving through establishing a new caucus and getting our feet on the ground was that it worked really well to have co-leads. So Erica Indrogenis and I, as a trustee and a CEO, we stepped up, or is it leaned in, whichever term you want to use, and worked with our executive board to get this caucus off the ground and to stabilize what we were doing so that we were sustainable. And one of the things that worked really well was to have co-leads. And as we talked about that on the executive board, we looked at the structure that we have, which is 2 co-leads, and then we have a vice chair. And it seemed obvious to us that was an opportunity to expand the executive board and to focus on leadership development and have 2 people in that vice chair position, so that when Erica and I pass the leadership batons, as we will, then would have 2 people already in the role of co-chair and 2 queued up to help solidify leadership and continuity as we're building our strength. And I think we're not crawling, we're running. We're running already. So that was our proposal, to add an additional position. So we have 2 co-chairs. Any responses? And just unmute yourself and speak up, because I'm not so good at scrolling through 4 pages looking for a hand to be up. Ideas, comments?
This is Evangelina Rosales. Sorry, I'm at the airport waiting to travel back home. I hope you can hear me okay.
Yes, thank you.
I think it's a great idea because the transition process takes some time, and then having co-chairs in different roles will help that transition be a lot smoother. So I think that's an excellent recommendation. And there's always a transition with what's happening or what goals are set, and it allows for less hiccups, if you will, in that transition, right? And not stall the goals that we have for this caucus. So excellent idea.
Thank you for that feedback, Evangelina. In some organizations, after they get going, they have half of the leadership team will be voted in, and then another half. We don't have something that's staggered at this point. We will follow our bylaws, which says that we have an annual meeting in the fall conference of CCLC, and at that conference we will hold an election. So that's our planning, but we wanted to get this on your radar and actually see if we had consensus. Can I move this to a vote? Do I have are there any more comments? I should ask for that, or we can vote and then have discussion. Do we have a motion to move forward on the?
This is Linda.
Do we have a second? Linda, motion, second. Mary, thank you, Mary Strobridge. And all in favor signify by saying aye or raising your hands wildly.
Aye.
Either way.
Aye.
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 I believe that passed with a majority. Thank you very much. So you'll see the results of that when we have our slate of officers coming up. All right. So clarification, I think, yes.
This is Sonia. I just wanted to jump in for a moment because I heard Linda's voice when you were talking about the history of the Women's Caucus. And I just wanted to recognize both Linda Waugh and Daisy Gonzalez, because the two of them that really started this movement and pulled us together. And, I appreciate all of the comments, from Debbie and Ginny and others. And I think as we get more mature, the organization will have much further reaches, as we gain momentum. But I just want to recognize Linda and Daisy. Thank you. Back to you, Nan.
Thank you, Sonia.
And founding mothers are revered in our caucus. So don't you think that they're going to slip away quietly, because we're going to use that wisdom in continuing to provide a venue for women in community caucuses.
Well, don't worry, we're always watching.
Oh, no, that's kind of frightening.
Yeah, a little stalker-like. Not
I
saying
appreciate
big
it.
sister.
I appreciate it as her CEO, just so you know.